Before I get into my weekly report of the games I've played, thank you for the 106 subscribers. I'm glad you guys enjoy my content enough to subscribe. So once again, thank you very much. So getting into my weekly report of the games I've been playing, I played 3 games this week and 1 demo. Starting off with the demo I played is of course Neo 3. I am a huge fan of the first 2 games, so I felt obligated enough to play the demo. And I played the demo for about 45 minutes, and the game plays a lot more like Neo 2 than it does Neo 1. Introduced a new combat style. So in the original game you had different stances that you can switch on the fly. In this game the stances aren't there yet. You can't unlock them through the skill tree when I look through the menus, but in this game they introduced a ninja playstyle, and with that ninja playstyle it's more stealth focused of course, and you do a lot more damage when you attack from behind. And what's really different about this game compared to Neo 2 for instance is that the samurai and the ninja styles have exclusive weapon types. So in the original 2 games, the weapons you can use no matter what, like it wasn't tied to a certain playstyle. You can use it to do whatever and fight however you want. In this game it's tied to each style. Like the Kusarigama, the Uchigatana, and the Talons are tied to the ninja style. Meanwhile, the Odachi and the Tachi weapons are tied to the samurai style. So they really want you to kind of switch on the fly between the 2 ninja and samurai styles. And with those changes that you can do on the fly, they reintroduced the break system from Neo 2. So when the enemy actually attacks you, they will glow red sometimes, and when they glow red you can switch to either samurai or ninja depending on which style you're currently in, and it'll actually break their attack and leave them stunned for a while. And you can do heavy damage to their actual stamina bar as well as their health, and you can do a riposte or attack them on the ground and do some insane amount of damage. So that's back, and I'm glad it's back. The last thing I want to mention about this game is that it's more open than the first 2 games. So the first game is very linear. The second game is also linear but is a little more open, and in this game it's even more open. So it looks like it's an open world game, but it's not. It's just a very open area where you can explore different nooks and crannies of this area, but it is massive, and I can't wait to play the full game when it actually releases. And when I was playing this demo, I realized that it's actually a pretty hefty demo, and I only wanted to play enough to reassure me that Neo 3 is on track to be a good game compared to the first 2 games. If you are a fan of Neo 2, you're gonna like Neo 3, at least the demo. As a recording of this video, I think the demo is gone in 5 days, so you guys can still play it right now if you want to. So that was the Neo 3 demo. Getting into the actual games I played, of course, is Mario Kart World. So I have since played the Knockout Tour mode, and I played some of the battle modes and got a feel for the open world. And I have to say, this is a very good Mario Kart game, and there is pretty much a good amount of content in this game. Now, the biggest evolution of this game compared to Mario Kart 8 is of course the open world. And in the open world you can drive around, really just take in all the sights and look at all the details that they put into this world, as well as getting certain collectibles as well, like the question mark block plates that are on the floor, as well as peach coins, as well as special skill missions, as well as the coin challenges. And you also have all the Yoshi diners you can find that helps you unlock different costumes for your characters. And that's all well and dandy, but it feels like the open world is kind of like a side thing, even though you are put into the open world when you're trying to find a match for the online mode. But it would have been nice for like the time trials, for instance, that is only accessible through the main menus, and it felt like that should have been in the open world and you have to drive to them to make the open world feel more filled with stuff to do. Like, I like the open world, it's cool and everything, and it's cool to look at everything and do some of these challenges and stuff, but after you do all that, there's really not much else to do other than to just take in the sights. And this does feel like an evolution of Mario Kart, but I think they should have implemented more of the main menu stuff into the actual map instead of having you to just scroll down the main menu and pick your Grand Prix, your Knockout Tour, and all that stuff. And yeah, I don't know, like, it felt like they could have implemented all of that into the actual map instead of it being in the main menu. And I guess that would kind of be like annoying for some people, but I think to utilize the open world a lot better, I think they should have just done that. But it is what it is. It is a very good game, and if you love Mario Kart, you're going to like this game. Now, whether you think this is better than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Switch is totally up to you, and whether or not you want to buy a new console just for this game is also up to you. I still think it's still kind of a hard sell for this game and a new console. It is a system seller. A lot of people bought this console just for this game, but if you want a new Mario Kart game and are tired of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I'd say it's worth it if you not only want to play Mario Kart, but you also want to play some other games that are on the system right now. And it is a lot of ports or remasters of old games. And if you have not played any of those games, then yeah, sure. But like I said, it's hard to recommend this game given it's a new machine. And I know a lot of people are pretty reserved and upset about the $80 price tag of Mario Kart World. Now, if you are dead set on playing Mario Kart World, I highly suggest you track down a bundle with the console instead of buying it separately to save you about 30 bucks. But if you are a person that buys physical games and only wants physical games, then it's totally up to you. So that's everything I have to say, and that was Mario Kart World. So the next game I played, of course, is a digital only game, and that is Fast Fusion. And Fast Fusion is an arcade racing game, and it's only 15 bucks, and I have to say this is one of the best games that you can buy on the system right now, even though it is a digital only release. And like, it's a futuristic racer. It's a very fast-paced racer, like the Wipeout series. It's basically adjacent to that, and it's an offline only racer, and you can't play online. There is no online mode. There is multiplayer, split screen, and of course, with this being a fusion game, you can fuse different vehicles together to create a new one. And it's a lot of fun. It's very fast paced, and it's one of those games where it's like easy to play but hard to master style of racing game. And there's plenty of tracks, there's kick-ass music, the game looks gorgeous on Switch 2, and the frame rate is buttery smooth at 60 frames per second. And overall, it is a great first game to play on your system if you want to play another racing game adjacent to Mario Kart World. I highly recommend it. It's only 15 bucks like I mentioned, and yeah, it's a great game. And that was Fast Fusion. And the final game I played during this week is, of course, Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. This game is a JRPG with farming elements. Most of the series is farming, but this game is more focused on the actual JRPG aspect. And of course you have your farming, but you don't have to completely lose yourself to the farming element of the game. And I am not someone that really cares for farming games. I don't really play them at all. And the only one I really played was the, I guess, Animal Crossing, if you even consider that one to be a farming style of game. But yeah, these kinds of things aren't my thing, but given this is a new system and this game is coming out for it, I decided to pick it up anyway and try it out for myself. And I have to say, I am pleasantly surprised by this game. So the basic premise of the story is you and your dragon and your rival, I guess, and their dragon get into a huge fight that results in you losing all your memories. And your rival and their dragon takes over the entire land of Azuma, and they pretty much bring blight to this area of the world, and your character eventually starts regaining their memories through dreams, and your dragon companion comes back to you and tries to jog your memory, and then now you're trying to get rid of the blight of the world, or the land of Azuma I should say, and you're trying to restore the 4 gods of the seasons back to their former glory and defeat the main antagonist. And yeah, that's the basic premise of the story. So with this game, apart from the farming aspect of the game, you also have character bonding with your party members, and you can spend time with them. And this game is very time focused. Think of kind of like Persona, but not as strict as that. So this game also has like birthdays and stuff that you have to remember for your party members, and you have to get them gifts or take them out to eat, or pretty much remember their special day and really increase your bond with them. And you get different types of rewards and different types of cutscenes if you do bond with them. And you also have your side quests. You have your like mini side quests where it's more like requests that make you feel more like it's a fetch quest type of stuff. And to be fair, a lot of the stuff is very fetch questy, but they're very easily completable and very fast. And you may even get requests that require you to get certain items, but you happen to have those items on you already, and you can complete the quest right there and then when you accept it. And that's really my one huge complaint about this game, is a lot of the side quests feel a lot fetch questy, and of course the frame rate as well is a little choppy at times, but not extremely bad. It only happens in certain parts of the game. So when you fast travel to a village, especially if that village has a lot of stuff that you have built, like different facilities or even a bunch of crops, the game's frame rate will dip as soon as you arrive in that village from fast travel, but it goes away in a couple of seconds. And certain aspects of the world as well, where there's a lot of enemies or there's a lot of stuff going on during combat, the frame rate will dip for a couple of seconds as well. But overall, the frame rate is very reasonable. It hits its target most of the time, but those instances are very noticeable. But yeah, apart from that, I am really enjoying the game. I am enjoying spending time with the characters, getting to know them, what they like, what they don't like, and that also affects your bonding with them, because if you give them something they don't like, or you spend time with them on an activity they don't care for, it actually affects how much your bonding level goes up. And of course, given this is a JRPG, you also have your equipment, like your weapons and stuff that you can upgrade as well as make. And because this is a farming game, you can also craft different buildings, and you can assign your villagers to different roles in tending the crops, going to get wood, going mining, going fishing, and of course maintaining the stores, and really increase your profit for the village, because it does matter, because the villagers will leave and get upset with you if you don't maintain the villages. And All of that sounds overwhelming, but the game does a very good job to introduce you to these elements to the game at a reasonable pace. And yeah, it's a very good game, and I do think that it is worth buying this game if you have a Switch too. I'm really enjoying the game. I'm hoping to beat this game before Death Stranding 2 comes out, because that comes out in like 2 weeks. So yeah, I don't know if that's going to be possible, but that's all I have to say about this game. And that was Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. Once again, like I do every week, what games have you guys been playing? What are your thoughts on those games? And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.